All right, y'all. So junkyard dogs tend to like other junkyard dogs, so long as they're on the same plot of land. And No Jumper's very own junkyard dog, Jaleec Pino, she's returned, and they had her come in like a WWE character as they start talking about the Chrisean Rock topic on the Friday show, the most recent Friday joint. She comes into the room literally as they're talking about the other junkyard dog. And she's probably the only person in all of media that has Chrisean Rock's back. Yes, that's the other junkyard dog. A very angry pit bull from Baltimore. Ray Lewis Jr., also known as Chrisean Rock. Okay? This woman is she's a linebacker in female form. She's even played in a full-blown, women's tackle football league and was a decent running back, they say, right? So it's part jokes, but it's part truth to that Ray Lewis Jr. I ain't gonna cap. But anyways, we're gonna get into this Ray Lewis Jr. drama with her public defense attorney or whatever being Miss Jaleec Pino of No Jumper.
So I got some interesting information I got from source of mine. Shout out to Steve Wilkos. If you know who Steve Wilkos is, he used to be the security guard on the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, snap. He got his own little show.
Right, where he be catching, people.
His Maury type show.
Yeah, his Maury type show, right? / Montel Williams. What's up? What's up?
I know I have to come and wake this up real quick. It's so boring up here.
Man, hell no. Look how she walked in, y'all. She walked in like she was about to air that bitch out. And on top of that, she dressed like some type of cracked out version of Trinity from the Matrix.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So basically, I guess Chrisean and Blueface allegedly called Steve Wilkos because Chrisean wasn't confident enough about, knowing if Blueface was the father of her son. So I guess they called.
You telling me it's finna be another one, like a new?
You better be careful what you say, because
That's why I said allegedly. But I got the content.
People be getting what?
I got the content though.
I'm just repeating what I heard on the internet.
All right, so now what Evil talking about people be getting popped that speak out against Chrisean Rock in the whole Junior situation, he's alluding to what allegedly may or may not have happened to her ex-boyfriend Ronnie Doe. Okay, so Ronnie, he was claiming that Chrisean Jr. is actually his son, and then as he started making some noise about that, started going viral, talking about that. First they tried to, Chrisean tried to discredit him as just chasing clout, trying to promote his rap career or something like that. But I mean, let's be real. Every nigga rap. It don't mean that he chasing clout. To me, it seemed like he genuinely wanted to be, a good father to his son. And but I can't speak for the man. Rest in peace to that man. Because he is no longer on this planet. And his demise is still an open homicide investigation, actually. Now, to be clear though, Chrisean has not been named as a suspect in this investigation that's still ongoing, but speculation online, fan theories and things of that nature are kind of piecing together some things. And I believe that the family of Ronnie Doe has even called for more investigation ever since this little sequence of clips right here that I'm about to play right now.
Girl right here, Junior right here.
You
Weird as a
you
weird as
me at the
you
moment.
weird as shit.
What's wrong?
You weird as shit. Nobody stalking you. That's my fucking son.
Yeah, I need you out the.
But I don't give a you talking about. Okay, I need you out the mall, okay? Okay, I need you out the mall. Okay, I need you out the mall. Okay, I need you out the mall.
I deserve to have that proven to me through what? A DNA test.
Now Steve Wilkos is jumping on that DNA train. Man.
And just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, Chrisean recently hinted at being responsible for Ronnie's death.
Evil on him. Nobody wishing evil on him. I'm saying what's going to happen to you after you try to hurt me. Play with me. Disrespect me. Try to embarrass me. Ruin my witness to God. You can't do none of that. Y'all can't do that. What the hell? Y'all can't do that without getting a consequence, bro. I don't care. That's the observation. Every time somebody really played with me, always get hurt, bro. And I never hurt them. Straight up. So I'm giving a warning. Just like how that See, look, people like that, they deserve to be in a grave or in jail.
You don't lie about it anyway.
I never had a threesome and I didn't fuck while I was pregnant.
Seem like you go back to people though. Like you like fuck the same people.
You see, so Ronnie Doe pulling up and pressing Chrisean, that one thing leads to the next, right? She ended up one day walking around popping her shit, I guess after she got in an argument with Blueface, and she's talking about people get hurt. And I don't even gotta do nothing. Like I don't gotta lift a finger type shit. She running around like she a mix of Lil Durk and Tupac. I ain't gonna lie. Another thing about, speaking of mixes real quick before we continue into the rest of this this story. So just think about how people are named. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's not. But I feel like she was named to be the type of female that, you know, wish she was a nigga or running around acting like a man. You know what I'm saying? So Chrisean, if you look at it on the screen there though, it's Chris and Sean. You mix Chris and Sean together, you get Chrisean. So, you know, her parents don't got nothing to do with her behavior as a grown adult at this point, even though I know some people would argue that they're still somewhat accountable for this monstrous behavior that she demonstrates on the regular. And didn't Blueface squabble and beat up the daddy? So I guess he was held accountable. But that's besides the point. Chris and Sean, they obviously wanted a son when they had Chrisean. In my opinion, just breaking down the phonetics or whatever that shit is called. I don't mean to have young Aunt Hefe-isms, but I don't think I got that word right. But anyways, so now we're gonna take a trip on down to, what was this? The Monday No Jumper News, I believe. So today, I'm recording this on Monday, and they reacted to a clip that got Chrisean very mad at Blueface because Blueface kind of says something about his maybe son, maybe not. You know, they're saying he's father figure, not father. So that's kind of what old boy in the blue next to Ralphie in the first clip was talking about how they got some business going on with Steve Wilkos. But yeah, and we actually do have a little Steve Wilkos segment popping up too, because despite Wilkos not giving them a full episode, he has kind of run some content on them in the past involving that DNA test. He did actually dig further for the truth on the infamous reality TV show DNA test that Chrisean Rock allegedly, you know, got doctored up.
Insane situation right here.
You kind of look like my son.
Okay.
Okay.
They gonna know what I'm talking about.
It's got like left it on.
Get my next lady.
Like Junior, right? I'm gonna swipe left. You kind of look like my son.
She do kind of look like his son. Though.
We can't even see her. We got
No, I seen her. I know she looks like
Charles Barkley. Then it was he wasn't your son. Now you had a 20v1 telling whoever, however, she looked like my son. You know, I can't wait when me and my son just go visit your grave one day. You feel me? Because that's what you trying to do right now while we living our lives. Separate, whatever.
What you trying to do? Fucking Baltimore ass.
That's
you.
Whole world clowning my kid, right? But you know who started it?
The fucking one that's about to be
Cardi
Who
B.
broke the ice with that? You, his father, bro. And you still at it. You had a 20v1. Talking about your precious baby. Who let you out of jail?
Yeah, she a nigga.
For real, who let you out?
Because he made
Not safe out here playing like that, y'all.
So notice there's a lot of similarities to when she was mad walking through the mall and, you know, kind of slipped up talking about anybody that goes against her, bad things happen to them. They end up in the dirt. And then now we have a new version of that where she's wishing the dirt on Blueface and then also wishing for him to have never gotten free out of jail in the first place. So to that, I have to say this. Chrisean Rock, double nigga, okay? She or he, whatever she identifies as, but as of what I know, she is the streets, okay? And what I mean by that is she's the actual pavement. She might even be the mix of concrete that goes on in the little circle thing before they actually pave the motherfucking street. She is like concrete street to the purest form. And I say that because what did they tell you growing up when they say avoid, street pressures, the street life? They say if you choose to be on that street shit, on that gangster shit, there's only two paths that leads to. You're either gonna end up dead or in jail, right? Every person of color, well, not every person, but damn near every male person of color has been told this, had this conversation by an older relative, an older friend, whatever. Chrisean Rock, we have 2 case studies. Blueface just got out of jail, prison. So that's one route. The other possible alleged baby father, Ronnie Doe, R.I.P. that man. She is the streets itself.
Hey, so allegedly, nigga, you feel me? They called Steve, talked to his right-hand man producer, and was like, yo, we want to come on the show, this and that. We think we could really do some highlight moments on your show, this and that. I don't feel confident in him being the father of my child. Allegedly. But he checked them out, right? He checked out who they were, this and that. He didn't want nothing to do with them. So he didn't go forward with the shit.
So because he knows it's a play, probably.
He knew it was a play.
He did research on it. He's like, y'all not about to go viral off me.
Right.
Well, I'm not sure the timeline of Steve Wilkos turning down doing a full episode with them, but like I said earlier, there is a little snippet from that AI voiceover channel. Y'all can go check out their full video. I put the credit in the corner of the screen, but Steve Wilkos did debunk the paperwork, and that's kind of led to where we are at with this crazy saga in the present day. But just check out this clip from Steve Wilkos first.
This is Alex. How can I help you?
Hi, Alex. I'm actually calling to check the status of a case number, actually to authenticate it, a DNA non-invasive prenatal paternity test case number.
No, that may not be the case file ID that's associated with the case. Is it a new case?
No, this is a case from 2023. Are you basically saying that this is a real case number, but not the actual mother and father?
Yeah, it's not matching any of the names that you're giving me.
Was the blood sample taken on 5/4/2023?
No. Completely different year, actually.
Chrisean got on Instagram denying everything.
Now Steve Wilkos is jumping on that DNA train.
All right, y'all. So, she's even mad at Steve Wilkos for jumping on the DNA train, quote unquote. What do you mean? How are you mad at him for being on the so-called DNA train? Isn't that what he does? Lie detector test and paternity test and shit? That's his whole play? You're mad at him for doing his job, you mean? Okay, Chrisean. But yeah, so before we get into the last couple segments here, I think it's important to note, in a video I did last week kind of talking about Blueface's return home and whatnot, I was thinking about maybe making a whole video just covering the content from that, but it's behind Blueface's mom's paywall on her Patreon. So I didn't want to violate that, They want people to go over there, pay $5 or whatever to watch the content. I'm not about to clip that up. But what I do know is this. In that content that I watched, last weekend, Blueface's mom, Clarissa, as soon as Blueface said Chrisean's on her way with Junior, the mood changed. She started like crashing out, but not like a violent tear apart the house type of crash out. It was like a motherly crash out. Like, man, here comes the devil. Why you got to invite the devil into the house? We was having a good day. That was basically her sentiment. But Blueface, he insisted on, Chrisean coming and bringing Junior. Now, at first, just watching the show, kind of like, playing 2K or Madden or something on the side screen and listening to the show more so, I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's advocating for his whole family to be in the house at once. That makes sense. it's kind of an emotional time for him, and he wishes he had, you know, more baby mama support. He even said that he wishes that Jaden Alexis acted more like Chrisean as far as, you know, having initiative and actually wanting to pull up even when they kind of made it clear that none of the baby moms was supposed to be at this first day out. It's just for the kids and for Blue to spend time together and bond with his kids. So that's the story we were getting, right? But people later on clip something is making its way on Instagram and things of that nature of Blueface's dad allegedly holding a swab of some sort to maybe collect some DNA so they can get their own DNA test done. So diabolical intentions in a way, but I think every man has the right to seek clarity on this because this is an 18+ year obligation financially, emotionally, and all that. You're about to emotionally become attached to somebody forever, being their father or father figure, right? You want to know if you're the father or the father figure. And I support the DNA test. If there's any questions, get the test, man. I stand with men's right to do that. It's her body, her choice, but it's also our life. So we should have a choice. If it's not my kid, I should have the choice to, you know, incorporate myself in the raising of that child or not.
Oh, you happy today?
Nigga, no, you know his daddy home.
You happy today? You ready to go play? I need you to wake up though, man. We about to throw you in a playpen.
So you see, people are speculating online that that's a cotton swab or whatever, some type of swab for a DNA test, so they can confirm on their own since they already tried once, and it's come out obviously through that Steve Wilkos clip that shit was a lie, right? It's not a real document. It was doctored up. Now, speaking of doctoring up documents and lying, let's go to Whack 100, who, you know, he's probably telling the truth on this situation right here. No reason to lie. This is a personal matter that's kind of made its way front stage for his artist Blueface. So let's head on down to the Adam and Whack show.
8:30, we went to get him at 8:30, left with his mother. He came out at 8:30. Chrisean bogarted her way to the house, probably about 10:30, 11. She hung around about a day and a half, and she removed herself. He didn't remove her. She removed herself.
Okay.
So he did what he was supposed to do, coming home as a father, as a dad and a father figure. He's a dad and a, you know, to Jaden's too. We got to call it a father figure to Chrisean's because we don't really know. But what he does know is it's either him or the other guy, Ronnie, rest in peace.
Right.
And he's gone. So Blueface is the type of dude, even if the test had come back not his, because he knows this dude is gone, he still would have stepped in there as a dad and tried to do what he could do. But, you know, you can't weaponize children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, them keeping nigga babies, spite, have kids out of spite. You know, it'll come back.
It's tough to imagine Blueface really taking care of a kid that he doesn't think is his long term, though. I'm gonna be honest.
No, it's not, because
especially when the kid exists because the girl that he was seeing went and f***ed another guy.
She was fucking 8, 9 guys. Like we do that. He knew that.
Yeah.
On the phone, right? But
imagine considering that your responsibility. I understand it's a kid. You want to do the right thing for the kid.
It's not about her.
Right or wrong, yeah.
It's about, like, now, if he was alive, he'd be like, yo, go do what you got to do. We made a song with OG Bobby Billions, you know, Fatherless Child.
If Lena has a scene baby with a scene partner, she's on her own. She got to deal with that.
So if the rubber busts or they didn't
There's no
one,
rubber, my friend.
Oh, shit. Oh. So you got to have a pull-out game going on. Is that what it is?
Everybody in the industry pretty much pulling out, yeah.
Okay.
But we aborting. Jason Love Jr., I'm sorry. You're out of here. But in addition to that, you know, say somehow he wasn't aborted.
You could deal with that?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not taking care of this kid.
But even if she aborted, like, it would mentally, like, damn, you really was pregnant by another man.
No, that does seem like a pretty up scenario.
that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, I would be pretty upset about that.
Yeah, I would. As a man, it's kind of like, although you understand the profession.
No, yeah, hell no. Jason Love Jr. is diabolical. That might actually, like, if that were to ever happen, that hypothetical, that would probably actually be the end of Adam 22 as we know him. Like he would probably have to go on a sabbatical, come back in a few years and completely rebrand. I don't know what the rebrand would be, but that would probably be the nail in the coffin. I ain't even gonna hold you. But yeah, back into the main plot line. Y'all heard it there, not quite from the horse's mouth, but again, Wack has no reason to be lying about Blueface's personal life. We see the clip of the swab. We see Chrisean threatening Blueface's safety in a way, and all types of things, kind of hinting towards having some more niggas on the Baltimore Ravens that she can command at will to carry out things allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Chrisean is a mix of Dirk and Pac. At least that's how she's running around. And the nigga running around like he Pac. Yeah, that's her. Her, him, whatever the acronym is. But yeah, anywho. Let's get back to, from one junkyard dog to the next. Back to Jaleec, as Munchie calls her. Let's get back to that because, again, she's probably the only person in the whole media space that has the audacity to defend Chrisean Rock. But I kind of get it. If you love yourself or your story and who your story has made you at all, and you see someone that kind of reminds you of yourself going through similar things that you've gone through, you're probably gonna be the person that takes up for them. And that's what I think is going on here with Jaleec and her glorious return to the No Jumper News.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Do you think Blueface is the father of his son with Chrisean? Do you
No
think?
comment.
No comment?
No
okay.
comment.
And that's his kid.
No,
man.
but listen, I like Chrisean, and like I feel like her being a mother is in the public eye, and I feel like it's not really fair for her.
Right.
So it's really not fair. We don't
true.
know what she's doing as a mother. A lot of people have tarnished me.
Her,
She ain't doing shit.
A lot
That
of
is a 2-year-old baby. Why is that baby looking like that?
Evil, you on that type of time, man?
Oh shit! This nigga on some
You on that
evil
type of
time.
I want that baby to be okay. You see that baby when I seen Blueface? That
Yeah.
baby was smiling and happy.
No,
Facts.
for sure.
What is she doing? That's
Yeah.
a baby.
But I'm speaking from a mother's perspective.
Right.
I feel like
I
her
mean,
being in the
it's
public
not like she's
eye.
hiding herself.
Exactly.
Most
Right.
people
You know
take
how
time
many
away
famous baby
from
mamas there are?
from the net. You know what I'm saying? And they you
Which
go
was
nurture
me,
they baby.
because I took a month and a half off
You
because
see?
I
And
had
that-
to tend to my children.
That
But
part.
Exactly.
but not everybody's me. You know what I'm saying? She's young, she's in love. She's still the baby's fresh. When you got a fresh baby, you still chasing after baby daddy. Whether Blueface is the daddy or not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He did say he got a baby mama and a half, so he's like 50-50 with it.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We rolling the dice here.
Mm-hmm.
As the people, as
me
the
with
audience.
a 2-year-old, like
I mean, but the baby, now a lot of people were saying he had like what was that? Alcohol?
Fetal alcohol syndrome.
Fetal alcohol
What is-
syndrome.
what is
Which you
that?
should not try to diagnose
she
people's
was
kids from the
pregnant.
internet.
But the baby don't got that.
Okay.
The baby don't got that. It's a defect. It's when a chromosome is off based on genetics. People are not doing their research. So
Now, I have to stop it right here. Just disclaimer. This is a lose-lose scenario, regardless of what may or may not be wrong with Chrisean Rock's child. I'm not going into those trenches. That's not. This part of the conversation is completely unnecessary and uncalled for, even on Jaleec's end. She has good intentions, but you're not making the situation any better by saying, no, actually, it's this. I don't know if that's even true what she's saying. But even if it is true, that's not doing them any favors. Just keep the focus on the mother and the father or alleged father. Let's just keep the focus on that.
before you speak on a child and their mother, do your research.
Right.
That baby is not, but it has nothing to do with alcohol. That baby, it was a chromosome that was off. It was a defect based on genetics. I did my homework.
On who? On her side though, right?
Well, if you know,
I don't know whose side.
If you know you got some shit like that going on with your baby, then you should be carrying your baby right, using the proper car seat, not putting your baby in environments where people are smoking, drinking, and partying and on stream all day. You should be making sure your baby got the top of
No,
the
that's
line
valid.
care.
But she's young.
You know how it's been girls that were 16 and pregnant that got their shit together.
Facts, Evil.
Did all the
Facts.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had my daughter when I was 23.
Mm-hmm. That's a good
I'm
age.
30. Yeah. Well, to me, it was still young. But I had my daughter when I was 23. I was still outside. I'm gonna keep it 100. My daughter was thugging.
These motherfuckers be talking about the police, but then they be trying to get a motherfucker killed. They killed Tupac, blood. Nigga, Old Pork is the Illuminati, blood. And once you start to unravel the fact that they are the infection.
This bitch is fucking crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
Now, when I
somebody
had my
have to play some
son,
type of
but
part.
when I had my son, it sat me down
Oh, okay.
because I dealt with a lot of health issues with him.
How many years apart are they?
They're 3 years.
Oh, okay,
They're
that's
three,
cool.
3 years
That's
and
what's
3
up.
months. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what's up. Shout out to
Same
your
father.
children. That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? We're not doing that.
Right.
But yeah. You know, I'm late to the show. I'm so
No,
sorry,
you
y'all.
good.
Did y'all miss me? The chat been missing me,
You
y'all.
10 minutes in. You
The
good.
chat been
You
missing
good.
me. They've been DMing me on Instagram, Twitter, every single day. I'm
Nope.
like, y'all, I'm a mommy. I gotta tend to my kids.
Nah, that's first.
Well, you know, shout out to Jaleec for growing as a woman as time goes on. Everybody matures at a different rate, but trying to make the excuse that, well, she's 23, she's still young. That's not all that young to be a responsible parent, in my opinion. I think Chrisean needs to prioritize that instead of, you know, kind of this wild lifestyle that she's leading right now, going from nigga to nigga, hood to hood. At like her recent activity has been diabolical. It seems like her coherentness is getting worse and worse as every day passes by as well. I don't know, maybe she's coping with stress and things like that the wrong way. But you know, maybe she could have a Jaleec story arc where she kind of has her shit together enough to you know, come off a little more normal. I don't think either one will ever come off like truly normal, but you know, it's good to hear that Jaleec has some personal growth going on, despite still being kind of a wild card, a loose cannon, if you will. Because yeah, talking about my shit, I was still outside. My daughter was thugging, diabolical, and you know, prayers out there for any of the kids who's got to be out there thugging, because nah, that's not it. But anyways, this is the end of the video. Thank you for you know, for joining in for this one. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a nasty, mean comment at me if you hate me and everything that I said and stand for. Or leave a nice comment, or don't leave a comment at all. But you know, just hit the like button if you want to see the channel continue to grow. If you're not subbed up, what are you doing? You might as well sub up so you are one of the first to know when a video like this drops. And until the next one, peace.